everyone, today's video is going to be a no-buy update, and if you don't know, I have currently been on a no-buy for like 15 and a half months, so well over a year. And for my no-buy, I haven't bought a single makeup item unless it was to replenish something. So if I completely ran out of foundation, which I did, I bought a new one. But besides that, I made no makeup purchases whatsoever, and so I'm really pleased with that. I have seen a huge change in my mindset about makeup and also in my collection numbers, and I kind of don't even like calling it a collection anymore because I think it gives you the wrong mindset. But I will tell you that when I started this, which was in like October of 2018, is that right? Yeah, that is right. I had 1,470 items, and through not buying anything, using stuff up, and decluttering some items, I today have 1,259. So that's a difference of over 200 products that I no longer have in my makeup stash. Now, I will let you know that, like I said, some of those were decluttered. So last time I did this video, it was in November, and I did have 1,376. Now I have 1,259. So I didn't just use up 100 products in that amount of time. I used up some, but not 100. But what I have done is I did a pretty large declutter in that time because I wanted my cousin who I had for Christmas, to get some of my stash. But I really do think that, first of all, obviously I've been doing well, but I think my mindset about makeup has changed a lot, and I think that's a good thing, and it's not something I want to change back. I really like makeup. I really like putting it on. You know, today I have this look that I'm kind of obsessed with. I use the Too Faced Clover palette on my eyes and on my cheeks. So my blush, bronzer, and highlight is all from that palette. And my eyebrows, but I did put a gel in it that's colored, so that's kind of biased. But yeah, I mean, I love putting on makeup still, and I have a lot of fun trying new things. But I don't just want to collect. I don't want to be in that mindset anymore. I think it's not a good mindset to be in. I think you get to where you can't enjoy what you have because you're so focused on getting the next thing. I've definitely found myself, like the other day, John and I went to Ulta because I was out of my pink shampoo. So I use the punky pink shampoo to keep my hair really vibrant and pink because I haven't colored it in like 2.5 months. So you can tell like some of my roots are coming out, but still, it's still really, really pink, and that's because of that punky pink shampoo, which I'm obsessed with. But anyway, and we just walked around Ulta because John is the most amazing shopper, and he's happy to like walk around with me. Even though, you know, he's not the most interested in makeup, he knows I am, so he'll walk around and just see what's there. And I didn't want anything there. Like literally not a single thing. I swatched some stuff, and most of it I was like, oh, it's not great. And I think that's interesting. I think, you know, to have gone from always wanting the next thing to just not wanting anything in Ulta at all. And that's a good thing. I just think that we're in this world of, like, in the makeup community where so many people have so much that they can never get through, and it's just plain wasteful. Honestly and truly it is. And like, knowing, as most of us are very aware of, like what's happening with the world climate-wise, to just thinking about accruing this like hoard of stuff that isn't even usable is grotesque, in my opinion. I mean, I'm not like trying to be hateful to any one person. I'm just saying, like, as a community. So if you follow me, and you know, I started this no-buy and I wanted to keep it going until I had less than 1,000 products. And I had even, you know, if you don't know, I'm not wearing my ring today. I took it off because I was just doing dishes. But John and I, my fiance, we're engaged. We're getting married at the end of December, and we're going on a honeymoon. And I was like, well, maybe on my honeymoon I'll buy some more makeup. But I've just been really like thinking about that, and I don't want to do that. Yesterday I posted a video about my makeup collection goal numbers. So for most things that are colored products, like eyeshadow, I want to have 5. And for a lot of things like foundation, concealer, bronzers, things that pretty much do the same thing, I only want 1 of them. And so I think I'm changing the snow buy, but I'm changing it so that I'm not going to be buying makeup at all unless I am below those goals. So if in, I don't know, 50,000 years, I get to where I only have 4 palettes, eyeshadow palettes, then I'll go purchase another one. You know, and you could definitely make the argument that if you're looking from an environmental standpoint, that the best thing to do is to not wear any makeup at all. That's absolutely accurate, and I'm not going to disagree with you at all. I love makeup. It makes me feel like who I am. It makes me feel better about myself. And so, I mean, it's selfish to say I'm not willing to give it up, but that's just the truth. At this point, I'm not willing to just stop wearing makeup. But I am wanting to not add to that, like, fast fashion mentality. And so, like, the snow buy has been really helpful for makeup, but it's also kind of changed my opinion about shopping in general. Like, when we go to look at clothes, a lot of times I'm just not that interested. I have a lot of clothes, and I keep reminding myself that. You know, there are some things that, like, I need, but in general, I just don't want to just keep purchasing things. I think where I want to put my money is on experiences. So, like, John and I were talking today, this fall, we went to a fall festival in a neighboring town. That's actually where I got, if you can see, this cute little bow. So I did buy something, but I really enjoyed just going on the festival with John. We're planning a honeymoon, and it's going to be a chunk of change. And, you know, I want to save up money and do that well more than I want to have eyeshadow palettes. And I follow someone on Instagram. I want to say her name is She's Flying Through Pans, but that might not be right. I'm not sure. But she's doing a very brave thing that, I don't know, I probably should do, but I would be so ashamed. Where she has gone through her collection, and she has given the monetary value of each, like, item. Like, I want to say for her eyeshadow palettes, it was like $6,000 of eyeshadow palettes. And she'll do it, and she'll be like, so this, I could have gone to Italy twice. I could have flown to and from Italy twice. But instead, I have this many eyeshadow palettes. And I'm not, like, being hateful to her, because I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure if I did something like that, it would be absurd. But it's interesting to think about it like that. Like, do you really want another eyeshadow palette, or would you rather save that $60 and go to a nice meal with a friend or your significant other? And I've been trying to switch my mindset, and I think the longer I've been on the snow buy, the better I've been. And like I said, it's definitely, my focus has been makeup, but it's just for everything in my life. I think I've become a better shopper, more smart. And it is because, you know, like, oh, do I want to get this, like, $7 coffee, or do I want to try something really interesting at Disney World on our honeymoon? Well, the answer is Disney World. Disney World always wins everything for me, because that is where we're going to go on our honeymoon. We're going to go to Disney World for 4 days is the plan. So, you know, it's just an interesting kind of experiment. And I'm really excited with the results of it. I'm excited that I don't feel the need to go and purchase more. Because I don't need more. I don't need that. None of us do. And I do feel like thinking about it ecologically has helped me a lot. So hopefully that's one of the reasons why I bring it up a lot, is not to be, sorry, I don't know if y'all can hear this. Hippo is eating his fire hose. He has a fire hose toy my brother got him. It's not to be, like, preachy that I bring up that, but it's just to kind of give you a larger context, because I know it helps me be like, wow, do I really want to buy that? And with that, some things I need, like, well, I guess you could say I don't need them, but, like, I went for a while without a detangler, and I really missed having a detangler, and I tried to use other products and it just hasn't worked, and I've been, like, when I brush my hair, I lose a lot more hair. I'm not on the verge of going bald, don't worry, but still. So yesterday I went and got a detangler, and I feel good about that. I feel fine. But when I go to purchase products, I really go to TJ Maxx, and I have in the past kind of hated on TJ Maxx and been like, it's old stuff. I don't know why people want to buy that. And I think that's true to a point. I think if you have a giant arsenal of something, like if you have like 20 face masks, Don't go buy a face mask at TJ Maxx. It's older than something else. Or it could be. You know, sometimes things at Sephora are old and stuff. But it's more likely, I think, is a fair thing to say, to be older. And if you already have more than you can use, then that's dumb. But like, I bought an eye cream yesterday because I didn't have a nighttime eye cream. And I've been trying to use my daytime one, but my under eyes have just not looked very good. So I went and bought a nighttime one. It was $3. I used it last night. It was excellent. And, you know, I know that I will just be using that. And I think for makeup, I think that's okay too. Like, you can find things that are on sale that might have been discontinued or stuff, but it's like, if you only have one foundation and you got it from TJ Maxx, you're gonna use it up before it expires. Pretty much. Now, if you have 40 foundations and you get another one at TJ Maxx just because it's on sale, which I see a lot of people do, where they just buy stuff from TJ Maxx because it's a good deal, well, you don't really need that, and you're not going to be able to use it up before it goes bad. So, I don't know. I feel like TJ Maxx it's not the same as thrifting, where, you know, that's already been used, but it's similar. It's like things that, if there wasn't a TJ Maxx, would just be thrown away, because they need space on the shelves, which makes sense from a business standpoint, but ecologically it's terrible. So I'm like, well, instead of that, I will try to purchase things from TJ. So that's kind of one thing. And the other thing I briefly mentioned is I'm gonna try to not call it a collection anymore, because a makeup collection is ridiculous. In my mind, I know people are like, I love makeup and I collect it and I have like all of the Disney makeup, but I don't need to use it, I just want to look at it. If that's truly how you feel, if it's not about use to you, that's one thing. A lot of people have collections. I collect salt and pepper shakers. This is like in this room, so this is our like living room, and then we have a kitchen and like a dining room, but it's all connected. There are 14 sets of salt and pepper shakers because I collect them, and I got some for Christmas. My brother got me 3 sets of salt and pepper shakers for Christmas. So like, I get it, like, people collect things. But a lot of people call something a makeup collection, but they're like, but I can use it. Like, I get use out of it. You can't. If you have 50 eyeshadow palettes, I mean, I have like 40 something, you know. Like, if you have 50 eyeshadow palettes, you can't use all of that. Especially if you're continually bringing more in. And so it's just gonna go to waste. And so I don't want to call it a collection anymore. A stash is fine, but collection to me is a different mentality. And it's kind of like, you know, Urban Decay keeps bringing out naked palettes because people want all of the naked palettes. It's a collecting mindset. Too Faced with their chocolate bar palettes, they bring out the same things, even when people are like, oh my gosh, the naked palette, it's dead, stop. But if they keep bringing it out, people are going to buy it because then they want to have all of the naked palettes. It makes sense from a business point of view. But as a consumer, it doesn't. And I think we need to be smart about it. I know a lot of people are doing no buys and low buys. I think it's excellent. I think it's a great mindset. And I've really enjoyed mine. And I don't see it stopping anytime soon. I don't know that I'll continue to do monthly updates because it seems like I'm kind of beating a dead horse at this point. But, you know, I haven't bought anything. Like I said, I did go to TJ Maxx yesterday. I got a toner because the toner I have, I had like 2 uses left. I got a night eye cream, what did I get? I got a thick yoga mat because when I go up north, if I want to like do some kind of exercise, I need something soft to lay on. I got a toner, and I got a detangler. And then I got one of those like makeup washing pads that you can like put in your sink because I don't have one and I just use my hand. And I think that takes a lot longer and uses a lot more water, and they had one on sale. And then they had a pack of 3 makeup erasers. They weren't makeup eraser brand, but it was makeup erasers, and it was 3 for $6. So I got a pack, and I'm hoping they work just as well as the makeup eraser. They feel the same because I'm obsessed with my makeup eraser. I just got one for Christmas, and it removes makeup so well. And I'm like, if I can just have a makeup eraser and not have to continually purchase makeup remover, that would be great. So I did purchase some like makeup and beauty things, but and I got a picture frame. It's up there because I wanted to frame some of one of John and I's engagement photos because we took those recently. So I mean, you know, I'm not trying to pretend like I never buy anything, but everything I purchased had a purpose, and it was something that either I was like out of and it filled, or it was something that like I'd been thinking about wanting to get. Like, I love picture frames. I always want more framed photos in my house because those are things that are most meaningful to me. So a lot of times I'll go to TJ Maxx and I don't like any of them. I found one I liked. It's all glitter. Do you want to see it? I'm wearing pajama pants. We're going to be on the same page. So I know. I'm wearing pajama pants. But see, it's a glitter picture frame. It's kind of simple, but this is my fiance, John. And this was at the Toledo Zoo. And this was like their symbol. So I got it framed because why wouldn't I? So, you know, but I think it's just made me so much more mindful of what I buy. And it also, it counts for everything. So obviously like picture frames, but then like groceries or, I don't know, clothes, anything. So I recommend, you don't have to do a no buy, but just really being analytical of what you're bringing into your life and what resources you're using. And just kind of think like the world's in a kind of a crappy place environmentally, and the more you can do to help, the better it is. So that's just kind of where I'm coming from. I feel like that gets really preachy, so that's why I'm probably not going to do updates as often, because I don't know how to do it without getting that way, and that's not my intention. It's just to be mindful and thoughtful of what you're doing and how you're spending your money, because nobody has unlimited money unless you're like Bill Gates or something obnoxious. And so we work hard for our money, and I want to make sure that I'm spending it on what I really want and not on makeup that I already have and I'm not going to use. So I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, hopefully not too like serious or dark or anything. But yeah, as always, if you have any questions, requests, suggestions, or comments, go ahead and leave those down below, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.